girl. I'm a nice guy. Liquor in my cup, I got a really.
What's up, guys? Philo here, coming at you with another video. And today we're going to be doing a balance level 120 deck and gear setup. So, before we begin, let's just get this out of the way. Like this is my setup, okay? Like this is how I PvP and what I feel comfortable with. And in my opinion, it works well. It works well from second. And like the entire setup is basically for 1 second and still being able to do some damage with my crit and carrying a lot of availing, you know. Okay, so let's begin. All right, so first for the gears, for my head, I have the mask of the exalted one. You can get this from Darkmoor. Um, it's the last battle with Malice there. He drops it. If you can't get this, now they do have this chest where you can use crowns to open it for a second chance, or if you have the crowns to open it like back to back, you can do that too. Okay, so it gives 504 health, 13% a pip chance, 4% pierce, 13% resist, 149 critical rating, 16 damage, and +2 shadow pips. For +2% shadow pips. Um, yeah. Moving on to the robe, we have the drape of the exalted one. This is the same from Manister too. That's where you can get it from if you farm him. 793 health, 11% pip chance, 14 balance accuracy, 19 balance damage, 14 resist, universal, 96 um balance critical rating, and it gives another +2% power pips. Well, shadow pips, sorry, not power pips. And then you have it gives you a spell, shadow trap. It gives you two of them. The shadow trap, it's good if you use Dark Nova, which is a really good strat too to pull if you have Feint up, or even beforehand, like you can just cast down the trap and then use other spells. Because there's this one that gives a blade. So let's go to the boots. For the boots, I have Alhazard Consistent Clogs. I got this from a pack, and it was the Professor's Horde pack. Okay, and that's where I got it from. It is this game really became play, pay to win, so you have to open some packs. Hopefully, you're lucky and get it. But it didn't take me like it took me like 10 packs to get it. But if you have bad luck, I would really just recommend just farming for or crafting another boot. But the stats for this is 690 health, 10% pip chance, 10% resist to every school. It's universal, and then 4% balance accuracy, and it gives 104 um balance crit and 21 damage and +5 balance resist, and again +2 shadow pip chance. Um, there is the silent boots. Those usually the good most of the gears that are like good, like really good in the game, or like from packs and you have to buy it. That's the only downside of it, and like PvP is not it's pretty broken too. So I wouldn't recommend buying it off the pack because you can win from second without these, in my opinion. So if the game's on your side, if you get like crazy amount of shadow pips, All right. And then I carry the Shard Warrior's Hammer. Why do you ask? Why do I carry this instead of one with damage? I do have the one with damage. the Witch Hunter's Arbalest. I am a wizard. Let's get it clear, okay? I am a complete wizard. Why do I have these two ones are from two completely different bundles, and I have both of them. Okay, don't judge. But if you have the money, I would highly recommend getting the Shard Warrior's Hammer. I think that's from the Jewel spec, the Jewel Crafters bundle. Yes, that's where it's from. Okay, but this one is from the Witch Hunters bundle. Okay, yeah. This one's good too, but I really carry the crit because of the critical availing, because that works really well from second, especially against balance, which is really great. And when you go second to balance, it's an automatic loss if you can't do if you can't really heal, you know. All right. For the Athame, I have sorry about that. So for the Athame, I carry the Athame of the Dark Usurper, and this is from Darkmoor 2. The first boss drops it. The first boss, the very first one, he drops this one. Okay, if you can't get it, you can get it from Morganth to the Athame of the Chosen One. Okay, these two I would recommend. These two over here, I would highly recommend them. And the Judas Fatal, if you really want to go all out with the criticals, then like if you really want to go out with all the crits and sacrifice some other stuff, then Judas Fatal Razor is also an option too. But I would highly recommend the Athame of the Dark Usurper because it's balanced out. You get the accuracy, and the pip chance, damage incoming, and everything that's on these two. But this one, I feel like this one is more balanced. But you do lose the crit, which is 45. It's not a lot, in my opinion. So it's not. It won't be a big difference in PvP if you have a good enough critical, in my opinion, because you still will critical. And I like without the I think without like I still critical a good amount without this duelist fatal razor, you know. So for the amulet, I carry the Traveling's Dead Charm. This amulet, um, Doctor Vaughn drops it. Oh my god, this cough. Um, I'm not okay. So it's the second part of Darkmoor. This boss, the last boss of the second part of Darkmoor. That's who drops this amulet. Okay, and if you can't get that, you can get the Morganth Shadow of Amber. Even though the Traveling's Dead Charm is better if you compare the stats, but you won't miss out on a lot if you can't get it. But the best one is the Amulet of Traveling's Dead Charm. That's for every school, by the way, for death, life, fire, ice, whatever school. This amulet is the best one in the game right now, unless you're setting and you need like a death mastery, because I usually set for people with for jades, and I carry this the death amulet so I can spam doom and gloom, but that's a whole other setup. I'll do another video for that too. This setup is really just for like just joining the queue and basically getting either fire, death, or like getting any score and being able to win from second. Okay, but this setup is not for facing jade. Okay, this is the warning. This setup is not for if you face a jade from second with this setup. Just flee, honestly. But if you are first, you have a slight chance of winning because you have hits coming back at you, and you can really like control how the game goes. Okay, but if you go second to against a Jade with this, just flee. Don't even bother. Okay. And you have the Duelist Daredevil ring. This one I carry because of the crit. I sacrifice a bit of health and pierce, but this ring is godly because of the crit, and it really boosts my critical. This ring and the wand is really awesome, especially from the gear. I already have critical from there. It makes it all. It works with the gear and my deck setup. And like, if you can't get it, which is totally fine, you just want critical as much, because this is what makes a difference, I think, in my opinion. Because I did stop using this ring for like a couple matches, and I didn't crit as much as I would want to. So this Daredevil ring, if you really don't want to like not use the pierce, like I mean if you really want the pierce, then the Judas Daredevil ring is the best. Because yeah, like for me, I can sacrifice it because like I know like my setup is from second, and I usually go second, which I don't mind anymore because I can really like work a win from second. Like, I can heal, especially against Ice Wizards. Yes, they do have that spell that can steal it, but they can't steal it back to back, you know. So they can steal the first dot, or maybe if they're like the first two dots. But if you're spamming a veiling, like first they're wasting pips. So are you, but you're getting healed back. Like they're not just scrambling through the deck to find a hit, and that's gonna make it harder on them. So that's why I carry. That's why I run a critical setup. And then for the pet, obviously this is very common. Everyone have this pet. It's literally double resist, balance, fire and ice, and you put the socket for whatever school you are. Because you know all these three spells, I mean all these three schools that you see that resist against are broken. Balance is broken. Fire, ice is just LOL. Um, Storm, we don't. Some people have it for Storm, like they have Storm Ward, but you don't see it a lot because you can beat Storm if you know how to play correctly. Okay, like never, like you always go for the hit against a storm. That's what like don't, you can't play defensive against a storm because it doesn't make sense because they already have low health, and like their spells are doing like mass amount of damage, and like you just gotta risk it. And the game has to be on your side a little bit. Let's say they get shadow pips before you, then it's usually a wrap from there because they can just strike uh Queen Calypso. Or if you don't have Lord up, they can just do that and into Queen Calypso or into a Sultan. And even if they're losing and they're first, they can easily just literally just insane build. And that does what, 3k with their peers. So yeah. There's not much you can do against the Storm if they get the shot up first. That's all I'm saying. And for the mount, you don't have to get this, but it helps out with the Pierce, because I do have +2 from the Clockwork Courser. It's from a bundle, so this mount helps a bit with the Pierce. But you don't have to get it. You can just, if you don't have the money, you know, you can really just try and put it on a pet like this here, on a pet, and just add the balance damage. It works too. So you just like putting it somewhere else. Right, and now for the PvP deck setup. Okay, so before we begin, before we begin again, this is my setup. Please do not judge. Like it works for me. Like I've got a pretty much, I've got a pretty good high rank. Like I've got a pretty good rank with it, and it works. Like if you don't like it, you know you don't have to use it. I'm just putting out there for the ones that don't know what they're doing. I'm just trying to explain like some basic information about the game and how you can use these spells to your advantage, and how to use them. Okay, so I carry one dispel for each school. Why do I carry one dispel for each school? Because the game made this awesome update that I'm not being sarcastic. It was an awesome update where you can't spam the spell. So after you dispel someone, there's a dispel shield that comes up, and you can't dispel them anymore unless you take off that dispel shield with another spell. So I think that's great because I used to get dispel spam a lot and I hated it. Especially from ice from first. It made no sense. Like you ice from first and you have to dispel spam me from like really? But come on. But this update really made my day. Well, like I was really happy about it. So yeah, but I still carry one dispel for each school. But before this update came out, I used to carry like what 3 dispels for ice, 3 for fire, 2 for life, 2 for death, and like max for balance. So this deck used to be a whole different like a couple of ages ago, you know. But it evolves as we get the new updates. So for now, it's 1 dispel for each school. Because really, in a match, you can dispel once unless you have mastery. For that school, for that school, and you really want to set for them. But we don't. This is for fighting anyone except for Jades from second. So, this works. 1 dispel for each school. Trust me, it works. And I carry a snow shield. I don't know why, but I do. Like, I just do. I rarely use it, but I just carry it. You don't have to carry it because I already thermic is what you need, but I carry a snow shield and the fire shield. You don't have to carry these two because if you have thermic, you're good. And obviously, stun block. Stun block is really needed. I carry 4. I would say 5, but I don't have to cloud my deck so much, so I just carry 4 to pull other spells because I don't really face Myth. But I do pull either one of these around like the 3rd round of the match, which is really like I guess still a good time because around the 3rd round, people are still trying to find their stuff too and trying to pull up a strat. So they come up for me. If you want to carry max, go ahead. There will still be space. So let's move on. Oh, at epic, I carry 4 epics, and I carry for that 4 epics in main, 2 lower masters and 2 spectral blasts. Spectral blast, why people underestimate this spell. Let's say you at the last round of the match, and like they think you're gonna lure, and they're gonna shield up tower. This like you're gonna go through the tower, right? But they won't have they usually people won't carry like storm ward if you like can get that, or like people usually carry max amount of balance resist. Like I'm talking like 87, 89, like 90 balance resist for no reason. Well, because balance is broken, but Spectral Blast can really come in handy because it hits ice, fire, and storm, which is really great. Some balance wizards actually pull strats with this, and they only just spam this. Like they would spam blades, like balance blade, blade storm, elemental trap, and the elemental blade with the potent trap and the sharpened blade, right? And that's actually a strat, and it's pretty good, but I don't really use it because I'm just like, what if the person carries enfeeble? What are you gonna do then? But again, I hate to cloud my deck, so I just try to keep it as small as possible so I can pull stuff as fast as possible. Okay, so legend, nope, don't care that. Let's keep going. Fire shield, I carry fire shield, 1 for fire, 1 for ice, and 1 dispel for life. 1 quench, one myth, and then 2 ether shields. Around my rank, I usually face life and death. um, I do face myth, so I do carry the dream shield for that. So, but mostly life or death, but sometimes myth. I'll catch a myth there and then. So I do carry the dream shield for that, and I do carry the myth spell. So I'm not slipping. All right. the Dream Shield, I carry 2. Okay, so for punishment, you can carry it if you're at a low level. Like if you're at let's say the rank between like um let's say you're below the rank 1.2, carry punishment. Okay, I don't carry punishment because the rank where I'm at, people know what they're doing, and like they can like if I pop this, it's getting popped in a millisecond, because like I face balance wizards in fire, and usually it gets in fire. You will have time to pull this and and cast it on yourself, and then hop into strike, because like fire is lethal. You went on fire beetle, a rampage into FFA. That's you will not have time to. You have to act fast and shield and start hitting as soon as possible and find open hits. So that's why I don't carry at this rank. When they reset the game, I will carry. I will put 1 here, and I will like put this into. Until then, I'm gonna take them out for now. And then infections, I carry 1, 2. I carry 5 infections. Why? Balance wizards, crit, availing. I carry the same strat. It's very annoying. Okay, if you're on the other side of the aisle, but this works out. This keeps them at bay with their infections. They make them want it makes them want to heal it off, because they know if they don't, you're gonna have them to strike and just start hitting, and like when they need to heal, they can't heal as much because now they have an infection on them. So like they're wasting pips, and you're not, because this is 0 pips. So it works out. And Death Dispel. Thermic, I carry max for the obvious reasons: fire and ice. Broken, and I carry 1 Storm Shield 2. I don't know why, I just do. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Because I do get a storm from here and there, not a lot. Like I'll get a storm like once in like every 10 matches, so I do carry just 1. So, and Storm Dispel too. I do carry Storm Dispel because Storm is still broken. And Spirit Shield, Elemental Shield. I'm on the fence with these 2 spells, because like they're good to take off balance spells and like to just shield. Let's say like your opponent dispels you, your opponent balance dispels you, but you do shield anyways. But it ends up being a a balance spell, and you take out the balance spell with it. So that would be great. But I rarely face people that just dispels now just for the LOL, because like you can't really spam it. So I don't carry these anymore. I used to, but I don't. Let's keep it moving. 1 master spell, 1 reshuffle, only because I have the rest in my given for my deck. And then max availing, because crit, that's the strat. And I got 4 Amanda minions for obvious reasons. And then the mana burn. Mana burn is great. Okay, these mana burns are there for a reason. It's for the obvious reasons, to take away pips, or if someone's gonna hit, just or like I face like fires. When I face them, I know when they're gonna beetle, so I just use it when they're gonna beetle, and it takes away 4 pips instead of 3. So it's a pretty good one. And then you have now the chance to shield, stun block, or whatever that you didn't get to do the first couple rounds. So it works out. I don't carry Spirit Diffuse or Elemental Diffuse because I think they're a waste, honestly. 5 pips for this, nah. Not in a 1v1. And obviously Strike. I carry Max Strike for the obvious reasons, to pierce through people's shit and go for the attack. So that is it for the main deck. You have noticed that this is really like the main is just like support, like getting stuff in at the right time. Like I don't add much hits in here except for the lowers in the spectral blast, so you may have noticed that. But don't worry, we have our hits on this side, on our side, where we can pull hits back to back and not have to worry about fighting Lore Master, okay? I carry one stun, freeze, okay? And I got this tower shield. Now, you may be wondering, why do I not have tower shield in my main? Well, that's only because I did not train tower shields. I would highly recommend training tower shield, you know, and put it in your main. This is why I have so much space open, but you should do that. The reason that's why I don't have it, and I don't feel like going to the Golem Court and paying 8,000, 10,000 crowns for to get my training points back, because that's not I'm not about to do that. So when they give it for free again for members, I'll do it. Like I'll get my training points back, and then we'll have it in our deck, and I'll probably do like an update video on this setup. But for now, we have the tower shields and TC, which is really bad because they're TC because they can run out. But we do one triage and aftershock. Why do I carry aftershock? Because of death wizards. Now, death usually run the strat of just spamming blades with a really high resist and just using green oak at the last minute and just really hitting your shit with like everything they got, and it's not fun because if you let a death wizard get up to like 5 blades and he strikes into a green oak, that's GG no matter what you do, because literally that's a GG right there, because he's in strike, he has like now 6 blades because of green oak. So you really want to try and keep this up. If you well, not keep it up, but like if you have like you're facing a death that does that strat, you really want to try and find this as soon as possible because it will help you a lot. Trust me. And this myth banshee, um, this came in handy a couple times when I faced a fire wizard. From second, I knew he was going to F8, and I wanted to gaze, so he didn't have his stun blocks up, so I basically used the myth banshee. It took off um the -90 from the airfree, and it stunned him, making him lose a round. I ended up using gaze, and I changed the bubble, and I still had a shield up because I had double shields because he did use airfree that same round. So that was like a really good round for for me. So that's why I carry myth banshees. Obviously shift. If you can predict someone's rampage, like if you're first and you can, well, you don't have to predict it because you're first. But if you're second and you can predict someone's dot spell, this is really handy, especially like let's say you can't pull this against a death, right? And like you, so just let them blade and just use the shift to your advantage. Basically, what you would do is just like spam death shields, making them want to use a dot spell, and then you would use the shift to shift the spell towards them, and then going into attack mode. And then fortify for obvious reasons to basically like fortify against spells. -20 incoming to incoming spells for the next 4 rounds. Death Bat for towers, really great because after you use Death Bat, you can shield, and if the person shields again, because they're gonna want to shield because like now they don't have a shield up, now they feel like you're gonna hit. You can shield and then hit, or you can shield, blade, and then hit because they're gonna feel really anxious. Because like even when you have the blade up, you can blade. I mean after you use the Death Bat, those next 3 rounds are really gonna be about you building your hit, not hitting. But if you want to hit, you can, but not hitting. It's like after you use after you use the Death Bat, you would need to shield, like because they're gonna try to predict your hit and make them not like basically play the game with them and try to make the best decision. Like if you know they're gonna shield, like if they're at low health, like they need to shield, then blade or hop into strike. Okay, so this is where the game gets broken. I have literally 5 Gears of Fates in because of Shadow Pips. I hate the fact that I do have 5 shadow pips, 5 gears of fading, but I do. That's just the way the game is now. If they would take out shadow pips out of PvP, this deck would be a lot different. I would probably still have this setup, but it will be a little bit different on the side because I wouldn't really need gears of fade. I would just carry like, you know, other stuff like what else would I carry other than gaze and sandworm? I would probably craft Savage Paw, you know, and I would definitely have Lore Masters, so and Spectral Blast and Judgment. As you can see, I don't carry Judgment. I do carry Scorpion instead, just because of the rank of I'm at, like where I'm at. You won't usually like see bands cast Judgment only because it never really happens. Like what happens is like if someone's about to lose a match, then they're gonna lose a match. There's no like turning back because we have gaze, we have shadow pip that do mass amount of damage. Like if I'm in strike and my opponent is not, and he or she can stun or dispel me, I already won the match. You know, because I'm really gonna just use Lore Master until I can get Gaze of Fate, or for ice that's for using like Frostbite until they get Weaver. For fire, that's using Brimstone and Rampage if they have Rampage until they get the um the Shadow Pip. And mind you, those spells for fire give them traps after, so it makes their spells even stronger the next round. So this going against the fire is just a loss to me. if you're if they get Shadow Pips because they're so overpowered. And then I carry 7 Lore Masters for the obvious reasons because I need to hit people when I need to hit people. Lore Masters are great. It's a great spell. People hate it, but people have high resistance now. I don't know why they really complain about Lore Master now because it's like it's been around for quite a while. It's just these spells are a problem. Like Gaze, people thought the game was working with people thought the game was working with Lore Master, but when Shadows came around, those same people were like, "Fuck it, I'm quitting. Bye." And you have Worm, 4 pips, crazy. Scorpion is really for minions, and like, cause you don't want to let your opponent keep their minions up, cause it can get pretty annoying after a couple rounds, cause it will take your shields off, it will blade the your opponent, so it's best to just kill the minion as soon as possible. And then 2 supernovas and 1 shield wall. This spell is really great, only because it goes against every other school. It's minus 15 to the next spells. So this really works because you can use this and have a tower with it, and you have like a really good setup. So yeah, this was a setup. If you guys have any comment about it, like, subscribe, peace out. LOL, just kidding. I forgot to do a stat review, so let's do that. Okay, so for the damage, I got 94%. Well, I got 94 damage. For fire, 71 resist, ice, 71, storm, 56, myth, 56, life, 56, death, 56, balance, 76, shadow, 56. And for my flat resist, it's 104 across the board. For my accuracy, I got 31, 13% chance. So my crit, it's literally 79%, and it's good because like I really always crit, so and it works. If you really want to pop the Dual Sphere Fatal Razor and raise it a little bit, you can. You'll be at 88%, but you'll lose pips and you lose accuracy, so, and some damage, but you do gain a bit of health. But the health doesn't matter if you know what you're really doing. So That's why I use it as an other dark usurper. It works out. It's balanced out. I got 1% critical block, which never blocked because it's 1% loss, and I got 37% armor piercing, which is really great with all these stuff. I got this damage, this resist, and like this amount of crit with this it works really great. You can really like if you want to hire if you want to hire, you can get it from your pet. I know some players do that. Like you can get your pet from like the +2, the +2% or the +3. It will bring it to 40 or 39, which still works out because you'll just lose a bit of resist, but you do need to add the damage dual to it. But I personally I like carrying the, oh my god, where is it? Slim Shady. I like carrying the BalanceWizard, Fire, and Ice at the same time because you never know who you're gonna get in queue. So, and then what else? 35% for the heals and power pips, 100%, and 25% for the pip conversion, which really helps if you just use a gaze and you can get a power pip chance. I mean, a pip conversion, and you can get a power pip after that, and you can hit again, it works well. So then 6% shadow pips. Yeah, the broken, the thing that made the game trash. Okay, so I think I covered everything. I kind of forgot to do this part, but I think I covered everything with you guys. So yeah, like I said before, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe. Peace out. Okay, one last thing, guys. I was playing out with my stats, and I found something really great. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, so listen, it's still the same hat, still robe, same boots, same wand, but with the razor this time. Okay, because I found I balanced it out even better, and the same amulet, and with the Daredevil duelist. Okay, with the extra 6% pierce, right? And it came out to be 90 damage. So right here, I lose four damage, which is fine. My resist is still the same, right? And I lose 2 accuracy, obviously, which is fine with me. I lost 9% for with the critical, but I still have 70. But the pierce is there, right? And I still have over 100% power pips, so that's good too. But you do get 20% with the heal, but the pierce is there. Okay, I feel like this is a bit more balanced out in my opinion. If you guys want to run this, because the pierce is there, that's nice. That's nice right there. Because then if you crit with an open with an open lore master, it's gonna do a lot. It's gonna do a lot of damage. I'm not sure how it goes with the Witch Hunter's Arbalest. Let's see. So I have 102 damage now. 62 crit, 40% armor pierce, and 45% of the pip conversion. This one's alright, but I really do run the crit, so I will just stick with the Shard Warriors. I really think I might run this set more now because it works out, because I do have the 70 crit, which is enough to crit when I need to. So this works out for me. So yeah, that's all. I promise you this is the last one. Enjoy your day. Bye.